Hi everyone, it's me Ayana and I'm here in Hollywood Beach, Florida. And for my experiment, I will be sharing my findings on the Pollutants Lab. Here, this is where I explored varying concentrations of spray-way glass cleaner and how it affects the germination process of different beans. The primary goal of my experiment was to understand the impact of chemical pollutants on plants and soil life. This simulates a real world scenario where cleaning agents might inadvertently contaminate the soil and affect vegetation. I decided to use spray-way glass cleaner because that's the cleaner we use at my work, and it's really cheap. And I frequently use this at home and at work. I clean the windows next to my plants often, so they're frequently getting misted with the Windex. So I just wanted to see how that would work. For my experiment, I used 3 different types of beans: white beans, brown beans, and black beans. 2 of each. And I have 3 separate bags with 3 separate concentrations of window cleaner. The first was 0%. It was only water. The second one was 50% Windex, 50% window cleaner, 50% water. And that was 5 milliliters to 5 milliliters. Then the third bag is 100%, and it's just all glass cleaner. Each bag received 10 milliliters of each fluid, and then the beans were placed into a paper towel and into a Ziploc bag. This Ziploc bag stayed in my folder, and then it started to mold, and then made my backpack stink. But whatever. Over the course of my testing, on day 1, we just put the seeds in the bag, so there was no germination. Then day 2, the beans still didn't germinate, but day 5, 1 of the beans in the 50% concentration germinated, and then the next day a second one did. Other than that, none of my beans have germinated. I think I may have added too much water, like the ratio to paper towel. I don't think my measuring was that accurate, which is use your error. For the 0% concentration, no germination occurred. This might be due to overwatering or improper moisture levels as the beads became squished and emitted odor. The 50% concentration showed the highest amount of germination, and this suggests that diluted spray-way glass cleaner is somewhat beneficial for seeds. And then the 100% concentration, nothing happened. The beans remained unchanged. If anything, they smell better. Spray-way glass cleaner is made up of a few different types of chemicals, which I do not know how to say. All of these chemicals in high dosages can be toxic to plants and our environment. When disposing of window cleaner, there is a specific way to do it, especially if it's an aerosol can. Improper disposal of household cleaners can lead to water, soil pollution, and plant air pollution, all pollution. Crucial to follow manufactured guidelines when disposing of these to do it correctly and keep our environment safe. The reason why I didn't use Windex glass cleaner and I used Spray-way instead is because Ryan already tested Windex, so I decided let's try a different one. This one comes from an aerosol can. But it is very common that these cans are not being safely disposed of. With these products, I think we need to learn to educate each other better and just overall care a little bit more. Liquid glass cleaners are typically made of a solution of ammonium hydroxide or isopropyl alcohol, and then it is mixed with some other mixing agent to then spray. Glass cleaning concentrations that are flammable and corrosive have very high likely chances of exploding, catching fire, and all that stuff. So they are highly regulated by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and the Department of Transportation. Almost all aerosol cans are regulated by both those, EPA and DOT. Thank you for watching my video.